What's going on, guys? And welcome to the 19th, that's correct, 19th episode of the Sunday Spin. My name is Austin Hess, and I have got a great lineup of super exciting, amazing guests with me today. First up, I have this gentleman I've never met personally. He's got two projects. Both are on the water, and both are completely different from each other. We're going to have a lot of fun talking to Mr. Chad Elwartowski. Sorry if I said that wrong. Oh, my gosh. I'm not the best at that. But he is from Ocean Builders and Vivas. Again, these are two ocean projects. And first, I want to let Chad introduce himself and give us a little bit of information about what brought you to Panama.
Yeah, sure, Austin. We built our first prototype of our floating homes, which is basically what we're doing out in Thailand. But we proved the concept there that we can build a floating home in the open ocean. The Thai military didn't really take kindly to us having a home in the middle of the ocean. So we left there and we came here to Panama. And fortunately, with the cooperation of the Panamanian government, they're loving our homes and the fact that we're bringing business and tourism and jobs to the country. So we've been building here since, last summer. So we love it here, and it's the close proximity to the U.S.
Makes it easy. Makes it really easy for sure. Well, and we're talking about floating homes, and that's actually going to be my first question today. I really want to break into what Ocean Builders is, how you came up with this idea, and while you're talking to our viewers about Ocean Builders and these pods, you guys call them pods, right?
Sea pods, yeah.
Sea pods, these floating homes. I'm going to pull up your website just so people can get in the same mindset, because if you haven't seen this before, it's just incredible. And while I do that, if you can just kind of run us through how this works and give us the information here, please.
Yeah. Well, the big picture is 70% of the planet is covered by water. That's a lot of real estate. The section where there's no hurricanes is kind of livable space. There's 3 times the amount of livable space on land. So it's perfect here in Panama to be able to start, have the doorway to the next frontier of living on the water. So these sea pods are, we call the one you see on the screen our shallow water version, because that allows us to put it in the shallow water. We're building these off of Linton Bay in the Linton Bay Marina, and we've got our factory up there. And we're building these using the Central America's largest 3D printer.
Oh my gosh!
We started printing. The printer is 20 foot by 16 foot, 8 foot tall. So it's been basically getting this beautiful home set up. We've got a mold almost all set in the factory. It should be something. We're gonna try to have something in the water by the end of next month as our first model.
And this is incredible. Going over this website, and guys, if you want to look more at this, after the show, go to oceanbuilders.com. I'm going to get back over here to the program, but I just wanted our guests to be able to see what we're talking about, because it's not a houseboat. It is registered as a boat, and kind of go over like those details with us. Like, how are we able to have a home in the water?
Yeah, it actually is a houseboat. It's registered with a flag. You get a flag of Panama, registered a houseboat. What we'll have here in Panama starting out, we want to walk before we run. So there's a quiet mooring or a quiet anchorage right near the marina there in Linton Bay. It's just beyond where all the boats are anchored, because it's a little more wavy for them, but for our structures, the way they're built, they can take up to 3 meter waves. So and just standing still. So and that's the shallow water version. So
if there's up to 3 meter of waves or a current going, you're not going to feel that inside the home.
Well, you'll feel the 3 meter ones. The half-meter ones you won't feel at all, but it'll survive up to 3 meters before the top gets taken off, and it's still safe. The top actually floats. It's like a big fiberglass and foam home. So yeah, it's very, very safe and stable. It's super stable. I lived in the first one when we were in Thailand, and we had 2 meter waves one night, and I mean we could feel it for sure, but everything
was doable.
Yeah, everything was there, no problem. In the future, we want to build out further the deep water version, which will be able to take up to 5 meters. But like I said, we're walking
one step
before
at a time.
Yep.
So this pod, the C pod, it's stationed. It's got an anchor to the bottom of the ocean floor. Now, how do you get electricity? Is it all solar based? Is there generators? How does the electricity work?
Yeah, it's mainly solar. We can also run backup generators. We've got plans for possibly there's a quick charge battery that we just have somebody come up on a panga and connect and charge your home over a course of 5 minutes, and now you're good for a couple weeks. So the home's going to be like a super smart home. We've got different lighting for everything for the different times of days, and you can talk to your shower or walk into your shower. It knows it's you, so it knows what temperature you want your shower to be, and it's a water recycling shower, so it's called the shower loop technology. So it uses 90% less water than you would use in your home. So this is just a little microcosm of future tech that we've got a lot of very interested people in helping us with the tech. We have university. A university is actually putting all their students to work for us, kind of saying, okay, here's our project. Let's use this in every classroom and come up with some awesome stuff. One of the amazing things about being in the water is the coral. Not being a boat that's not moving, we can let the coral grow, and the way we make the steel tubes underneath so that they don't rust, we run a small current through those.
Okay.
And that actually it creates calcium carbonate, which is what corals thrive on. So the coral is going to grow under your home, so you have your own coral garden right underneath. And that's why we call it ocean builders, because when you put one of these in the water, it actually builds an ecosystem around it. Whereas
that's awesome.
When you build a house, you're tearing out nature, but you put one of these in the water.
You're revitalizing and giving life to other forms down below. So
exactly.
You don't really always want to talk about like going to the restroom or what, but you brought up the water recycling of the shower and how it's sustainable. Talk to me about black water. How does this C pod, eliminate black water, or how does that work?
Right. Well, initially, we're trying to do everything out of the box as much as possible. So one technology we'll be using initially is an incinerator that it just burns up the waste quickly to the point where every month or so you just have a small box of ash that you have to get rid of. So it's very very simple.
Is that house in like the tube or something?
Yeah, it'll just it'll look like your regular toilet, but yeah. The home has I think it's about 900 square feet of living space. Okay. But there's also about 400 square feet of storage underneath the main room. So that where we can put all the technology. You can probably put a washing machine under there, a small one, but yeah, just enough space for all the gadgets and stuff necessary.
Awesome. So if someone wants to get one of these sea pods, do they need to live in Linton Bay? Can they buy one of these and ship it somewhere else in the world? How does this process work?
Well, one big thing is we want these to be kind of like Airbnbs on the water. So you can buy one as an investment, keep it there in Linton Bay, and rent it out with all the other homeowners.
Awesome.
There's the ability to, they float. So if you want to tug it out to like Portobello or even up to Bocas del Toro, we're definitely fine with that. It's just you got to pick a good calm day to go up there. You don't want to go out in big waves, but and we are speaking with a company in New York City that says, hey, let's stick this right down in Manhattan and have these homes right downtown. So because they're looking at the prices of building in Manhattan, and they're like, if we just float a couple of these things up here, they got housing and a cheap price. So yeah, that's definitely that's what we're looking at for the Atlantic side, the Caribbean side. We obviously it's hard to go take these through the canal, so we've been considering building a floating factory on the Pacific side, which gets to the
well, and I like both sides. To get over to Linton Bay, just for anyone out there that's watching that hasn't been to Panama or hasn't spent a lot of time in Panama, last weekend I went over to Linton Bay, and 2-hour drive from Panama City, Panama. Here on the Pacific side, that's right, I drove 2 hours, and I was on the Caribbean side. I was able to have lunch. So I had breakfast in the city, lunch on the Caribbean, and then dinner back here in the city. So it's very close proximity. If you are interested, that's a super interesting way to live your life, which is awesome. But now, I don't know if this happened with the COVID, and since we're talking about the Pacific side, you also broke into another element of on the water business, and this is called Vivas, right?
Right, Vivas.
And tell me, what does Vivas do?
So, like I said, we're gonna start building also on the Pacific side, but this time we wanted to start building on the water. Let's create a floating factory on the water. We started looking toward doing this a while back, and then we started thinking about where are our workers going to live, because obviously if we're building something on the water, we're going to have our workers living somewhere, and where are we going to put this and all that. So we early on with the COVID, we saw that the cruise industry was being shut down. They kept saying 2 weeks, but obviously we know how the government works. We projected out that this thing's that they're gonna lie to us and not just be 2 weeks. So with it, we figured at some point the cruise ships are going to be going for scrap prices, and so we figured if we can just buy a cruise ship, then that's where we keep all our workers. And also we're getting a lot of demand for our sea pods. People want to live on the water. They're especially with COVID, a lot of people were like, I just want to get out of here. I want to go live on the water, get away from everything.
Well, it reminds me kind of Waterworld, and I was actually talking to a friend about that last week, like with what's going on in our planet right now, it reminds you of Waterworld, where, hey, who knows? So
exactly.
Great alternative.
So we bought a cruise ship, and we are bringing it to Panama City. It's going to be parked. I'm in Panama City right now. I was scouting out the location just west of Taboga. So Yeah, it's such a beautiful location. We were amazed. We took a little pongo around the island just to scout it out because there's anchor sites for these big vessels over there, and you look out on Panama City, out in the water, and it's like a parking lot for cargo ships. It's just boats and boats everywhere. But you turn around that corner around Toboga, and there's nothing. It's just a quiet, peaceful, natural reserve out there. So we want to be having people live there. Buying cabins, living in cabins, vacationing there. So that's our ideal. Is we begin. This is our launching pad. Actually, it's not about just the cruise ship. I mean, like I said, we're all about let's start living on the ocean. So this is our jump start of people that are, maybe a little intimidated about living on a floating home where you have to ride your dinghy up to your home. This one, I mean, you live in a cabin and you just walk to a restaurant, you walk to the theater, you walk to your office actually. So this is
awesome.
living on the water, but still have all the conveniences of what you would have in a small town.
Personally, I think I would go much on a personal level. Obviously, everybody's different. I love the sea pod idea. I mean, how those look and the whole element of being out on the water. It's an incredible concept. I congratulate you on that. Now, if somebody is interested in knowing more about these sea pods or the cruise ship or the converted cruise ship, should we say, how can they get in contact with you? How can they find out more information?
Definitely oceanbuilders.com. We have sales of the sea pods. We're actually also taking the concept to a land pod. So we take the same concept, we can put it on land. It's up on a tube, so you only have to clear out about 2 meters of ground, and then you can be up above the trees or however.
That's cool.
It's ideal actually for like if you have some mountain property where there's a slope that you can't build anything there. Just put one of our land pods there. So yeah, we have a lot of people interested in that as well. It's just they want to build like a whole eco resort and have those up in the air. So
I might know a few people because those are cool, man. They're so futuristic. They're amazing. Again, guys, if you want to check those out, the sea pods at oceanbuilders.com. And guys, I want to remind you, this show is being brought to you by dopanama.com and Inside Panama Real Estate. So if you're out there, you're thinking about coming to Panama, you're just wanting to scratch the surface, you're looking at your options, definitely get in touch with us, Austin at dopanama.com, and we can help you through every step of the way, finding the right realtors, finding the right attorneys, the insurance, just getting to know the community. Our next guest coming up, Jamie Bocanegra, he has a program where if you're coming to Panama, and want to just be introduced to the culture, the history, and the know-how. He's got a great program. We're going to talk about that soon. But if you want to get that information and you're looking at Panama, well, Inside Panama Real Estate offers a free ebook, and it just lays out everything you can imagine, A to Z. To get that free ebook, it's super simple. Free ebook at ipreinfo.com. Make sure to message them, send them an email. Send me an email. We're here to help. We love helping people come down to this beautiful country. As you can see, it's a sunny, 85, 87 degree day here. It's almost Christmas. I never could have dreamed about living in such a beautiful place like Panama, and hopefully you want to do the same. Guys, want to thank again Chad for joining us from Ocean Builders. Super cool project. Definitely want to check that out. And I thank you again, Chad, for coming on the show. Anything else you'd like to say before you take off and enjoy the rest of your afternoon?
I really appreciate it. And also if you want to rent a cabin on the ship, we're at vivas.com, VIVAVIVAS.com. It means live life. I mean, just go out there and So that's what we're all about.
Perfect. Well, thank you so much, Chad. And I appreciate your time today. Guys, we're going to watch a quick video from dopanama.com, just showing you a lot of lovely areas of our beautiful city. And then we'll have Jamie Bocanegra coming up here in about 60 seconds. We'll see you guys in just a minute. All right, guys. Hope you enjoyed that quick, beautiful film of our lovely country here in Panama. Welcome to the show from Panama Basics. Once again, my good friend, Jamie Bocanegra. How are you doing today? Can you hear me?
How you doing, Austin? Good to be here again.
Nice.
Yeah, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Absolutely, absolutely. Hey, real quick, before we get into this, and I really can't wait to hear about this history, you know, Jaime's got a great program called Panama Basics. If you want more information about getting involved in understanding this course, it can either be one-on-one course or a group course. You can email me, again, austin@dopanama.com, and I connect you right away with Jaime. And also, if you like this episode or you want to see past episodes, remember, this is our 19th episode. You can go to dopanama.com. Right at the top, you're going to see the media house. Click on that and go to the video library. You can find every episode of the Sunday Spin, along with a lot of other great videos from members of our community. So again, check that out at another time. But Jaime, let's get into some history on Panama.
Yeah, let me see if I can show you here something on the screen. Hopefully you'll be able to see it. Can you see it?
Yep, we got it. Oh my gosh.
Okay.
Is that Elizabeth Taylor?
Hey, that's Elizabeth Taylor. It is said that a beautiful pearl and a beautiful woman is almost a perfect story. But a beautiful pearl from a beautiful country, worn by a beautiful woman, is the perfect story. So that's the story I'm going to tell you today. The story of, let me see if I can, you can see the bottom of the picture, which I think I'm cutting the bottom of the picture. But in any case, you can see that, that Elizabeth Taylor is wearing, going back to that, is wearing a beautiful necklace, a pearl called the Pilgrim or the Peregrina. And there's a story behind that. I don't have to show you now right now. But the story behind that starts, I'm going to start backwards. In 1969, Richard Burton bought for Elizabeth Taylor this pearl. This pearl cost back then $37,000. In today's money will be about $250,000. So that's how much love Richard Burton wanted to demonstrate or show for Elizabeth Taylor. But the pearl, the story behind this pearl begins in Panama. And it begins in the place called the Pearl Islands. Pearl Islands is a location just about 40 miles from Panama City. You can fly there in about 15 minutes. Or you can take a ferry boat. It takes you about an hour and a half, depending what type of ferry boat you take.
And I got to say, guys, this is one of my favorite places, not only in Panama, in the world. This is like the Hawaii of Panama.
Exactly. It's beautiful. Just to see you, that's an image of how it looks. It's beautiful. White sand beaches, palm trees, just like any tropical paradise. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. And many centuries ago, back in the 16th century, the Panama was known. This location of Panama was known for the pearls. That's what the Spaniards found, that this to be a good location for getting pearls, natural pearls from the ocean. Now, a black slave coming from Africa found the pearl, this huge pearl. Just to give you an idea, this pearl is about an inch long and about 3/4 of an inch in width. So it's a very big pearl, the one that Elizabeth Taylor used to wear or worn. And this pearl was found in Panama by this slave. It was given to the governor of Panama back then in the late 16th century, 1579. And the pearl was taken to the king of Spain. And the pearl remained in the hands of the Spanish crown for almost 200 years. And it began a process of changing hands. And that's why it's called the pilgrim or the wanderer or the peregrina, because it started changing hands. Napoleon took control of Spain in the early part of the 19th century. And his brother took the pearl from the Spanish crown, took it to France, and from France, it was then passed on to the different members of Napoleon's family, until it finally, towards the latter part of the 19th century, it was found its way to England. And in England, it remained there until it was finally sold in an auction in which Richard Burton bought it. So you can tell this. You can see how the story behind this pearl that Elizabeth Taylor was using began in Panama, in this beautiful location called the Pearl Islands here in Panama. So it's a story and part of the history of Panama that you can trace back to this beautiful land where we live and where we are right now. So I cannot, if you know, I'm a gentleman, you can hear the story. If you cannot buy a pearl like this one for Elizabeth, like Richard Burton bought it for Elizabeth Taylor, perhaps you cannot do that, but you can bring your wife, your girlfriend, your friend to Panama and to the Pearl Islands, and you will have a very, very wonderful experience here, and perhaps you will decide to stay here because it's a beautiful location, it's a beautiful place.
Absolutely,
so
I agree.
That's a little bit of the history of this.
And then tell me, Jaime, with this Panama Basics, what is some of the elements that you go over? How long is this course? How does it work? If someone's interested, what do they have to expect?
Well, the idea behind Panama Basics is to give you the perspective, a little bit of a history, the culture, the food and everything from the perspective of a Panamanian. I'm a Panamanian, 100% from Panama. I have lived here most of my life, but I also lived in the United States, worked in Europe for a while. My wife is American. My kids are American. Worked for American companies in the past, worked for the Panama Canal under U.S. administration. So I'm very familiar with U.S. culture, with European culture. So I can speak from both perspectives, of that of a Panamanian who knows and loves his country, but also I understand the things that may be important for a foreigner coming to Panama. So in the program, typically is a program that lasts about 2 hours. I go in depth and explain to the individual or to the group. We can do it either way, to one person, two person, or just a group of people. I explain a little bit about the history, about the culture, about the geography of Panama. Many things are unique to Panama from my perspective as a Panamanian, and that will help you enrich your visit to Panama, make your visit here much more interesting, because every time you see something, you will see it also from the historical part, from the cultural part, and not just from the simple visitor to Panama. So that's the idea behind the program. It's a 2 hour long, and as I said, we can do it with one or two individuals, or we can do it with a group of individuals. And believe me, it will be beautiful experience for you, something that you can enjoy and you can have a different taste for my country.
I love it, Jaime. So guys, remember, if you want more information on Panama Basics, getting signed up, getting into this class with Jaime Bocanegra, please send me an email, austin@dopanama.com. Same for the relocation program. Again, our whole reason for starting dopanama.com and this relocation program is that I just can't stand seeing people getting taken advantage of. And I get it. You're going to a new country. You're excited. You kind of just let down your guard. And I'm here to make sure you not only have a great time, but you don't get messed up with the wrong people. You know, we like to really make sure that you, as a newbie here in Panama, get connected with the right real estate companies, depending on what's best for you, which area, the best attorneys, and of course, people that can help you with your insurance. Now, Panama is a very small country, but a ton of diversity. There's just so many different areas. I think this is the number one question when people are working with us through our program, it's where should I move? So we put together a 23-question survey to really get a feel for who you are and what you're looking for. That's all part of the Do Panama relocation program. So if you guys want more information about moving to Panama, where you should move, and just have a friend, someone to help you along the way, help you get the best deals on your real estate, help you get with the best people, we'd love to help you out. And again, just email me, austin@dopanama.com. Thank you again, Jaime, for coming on the show today. We will have you back again soon. I love how all this great information.
Anytime.
Really appreciate it. And guys, we're going to check out a quick video from Inside Panama Real Estate. Remember, you want to get that free ebook, you're interested in coming to this beautiful country, email me, austin@dopanama.com, or you can email them directly, free ebook at ipreinfo.com. Get that free ebook. It's free. It's full of tons of great information. It's a great way to start your process on coming to Panama. And yeah, I really appreciate it, Jaime. We're going to jump into this quick video, and we're going to be coming back with Michael Vuytowecz. He's going to be talking to us about what's going on in Panama these days. So give us 60 seconds. We'll be right back. All right, guys, we're back with the one and only Mr. Michael Vuytowecz, founder of Inside Panama Real Estate. Welcome to the show, my friend. How are you doing today?
Great, Austin. Thanks for having me. It's great to be back.
You know, I really love living in the city, but that view you got there, come on, man. You're making me jealous. Swimming pool. Look at all those beautiful trees.
It's good. Life's good here at the beach.
You know, it's funny. It's funny that that actually just came up because I'm in the middle of writing an article. We're going to put it out tomorrow about where people should move when they come to Panama, because I think that's probably one of the most hard things to determine, because Panama is so unique in each of its areas. You know, you have Coronado where you are. I'm over here in Panama City. We see a lot of people very interested in Boquete. And the one thing that's great, though, wherever you choose to live, whether it's in Panama City, it's in Coronado, it's in Boquete or Bocas or Petití, anywhere you live, everything is in a close vicinity. I mean, you live in Coronado, you could be in Boquete in 4 or 5 hours. If you live in Boquete, you want to go down to Boca Chica, you're talking an hour and a half. So no matter what, you always have the ability to mix things up a bit. So, guys,
diverse. I love the diversity of Panama and how easily acceptable it is. It's one of the first things that struck me when I came to Panama.
Yeah, it's incredible, and you really have. It's like different countries. It's like different parts of the world, but they're all like within a 5 to 7 hour driving radius or a short flight.
Right.
So Mike, man, let's talk about what's going on. I know you've had a really busy week. We got tons of people interested in moving to Panama. What's new and what's going on in Mike's life this week?
Well, this week I'm super, super excited. As you know, I've been living here in Coronado for nearly 14 years. And they built Coronado Golf, and they built Coronado Bay and El Cazar, and those got sold out pretty quickly over several years. And there's really been nothing new to get excited about, no real new stuff. This week I spent some time with the Eisemans, who own the Coronado Resort. And they rolled out something to me that I am super, super excited about. They rolled out several things, but two of them I really can't talk about yet. In the next coming weeks, I will. I'll be more than happy to roll it all out for you. But what I'm really excited about right now is they have decided that due to COVID and due to the fact that tourism is upside down, they've decided to do what they call distort the market. So they feel that the hotel business here in Coronado is all but dead. There's too many condos and Airbnbs, and it's tough to compete.
True.
So what they've decided to do is to sell off their hotel suites. It sounded very intriguing to me. So I met with Mr. Eiseman and I said, well, let's go have a look. Tell me what the deal is. So there's three different models. They have what they call the swim up option. They have the garden option, and then they have a royal option. Today, all we'll do is talk about the swim up option, and I'll save the other two for next week or the week after. And then at that point, I'll be able to talk about the next two projects. So essentially what you've got is you're buying a hotel room. It's approximately 600 square feet, completely, all the bells and whistles, with the ability to build a kitchenette, which I went and previewed last night. The kitchenette was spectacular. But I was so excited, I walked in, within 10 minutes, I said, I'll buy one. Likely I'll buy a few, because the ROI and the ability to get into this thing and actually live is ridiculous. So let me just give you an example. The prices on these units are between $80,000 and $85,000.
Wow.
Yeah. So
that's inexpensive.
Well, the exact same unit at Coronado Bay is between 140 and 160. The difference is you're on the ocean. The difference here is you're in a country club with access to virtually all of the amenities, and we'll get into that in a second. So between 80 and 90,000, I just picked in the middle, and I took a unit at $85,000. So if you were to purchase a unit at $85,000, you have several different ways to go. Of course, the obvious is you could pay cash for it, or you could put $30,000 down. They will give you a 30-year loan at 4.5% interest. That would make your monthly payment $278.68 per month. Yeah. If you put $40,000 down, they will give you an interest rate at 3.5%. Your monthly payment is $202 a month. If you put $50,000 down, they'll give you a 2.5% interest rate. Your payment drops to $197.
Well, and this is through a bank? Is it in-house? How does that work?
Private financing through the Eiseman family. Okay. No questions, no nothing.
No mickety muck.
Yeah, right. No nothing. So if you decided to pay cash for the unit, the only monthly fees that you would have would be, I'll break them down for you. Your taxes, property taxes, $27.50 a month. Your maintenance fee, $50 a month. Your electric fee is $30 plus $2 for every day that you stay there, because you may not stay there every day, right? But I just went ahead and assumed you're going to be there 30 days at $2, and it's going to cost you $60 plus the 30. That's the flat rate. So you got $90 in electric fee. Okay. Here's the real kicker: for $150 a month, you are a full country club member. What does that mean? That means you have full access to the country club. Unlimited golf, which is $85 a round with a cart. Unlimited tennis, pickleball, access to the spa, access to the gym, access to the pro shop, access to the restaurants and the bars, access to the beach club, which also has 2 bars, a pool. It is unbelievable. So if you paid cash for it, you'd be living there for $317 a month. With you're living in a country club with access to virtually everything. To me, I looked at it and said, "You got to be kidding me, right? This is unbelievable." I wanted to buy it before they changed their mind. As you know, Martha manages 30 some odd units out here. We know for sure we can rent that unit between $1,000 and $1,100 a month. The kicker being, if you wanted to come here and play golf every day, after 4 or 5 days, you've got it covered. I frankly can't. I just still can't believe it.
Yeah, sounds like an awesome deal.
Man, I am so excited about this deal. So you can buy 2 side by side, put in a lockout door, and now you've got 2 bedrooms. You only still have to pay for 1 membership, so both sides are still on 1 membership. That's a great deal. And like I say, they have what they call a garden suite. It's exact same size room. They're on the 2nd floor. They look at the pool and the bar and all that. Mine looks at it's called a swim up. So I open up my slider door. I take 2 steps out the door, and there's a pool that's about 70 feet long, right outside my door. It's unbelievable. The garden suites, of course, don't have that because they're on the 2nd floor, and they're looking at the large pool with the bar and the whole thing. The Royal units are 2-story with a spiral staircase, so there's a bedroom upstairs and a bedroom downstairs. It's the best deal that I've seen since I've been here, and I'm super excited to have a new product to sell. Especially,
yeah, I see people chime in, and this is a sweet deal, awesome deal. So, guys, if you want to jump in on this awesome deal, it's super easy. Just email free ebook at ipreinfo.com. You're going to get that free ebook, and Mike is on the other end of that email, and he can provide you with all of the information so you too can jump on this great deal. I mean, man, that's very inexpensive to come down and live in paradise,
Listen, I get people that call me all the time that say, my wife and I have $1,200 a month combined Social Security, all in. Can we live in Panama for that? Well, if you can pay cash for your unit, you certainly can. If you did the financing deal, you're at $30,000 down. Your payment all in, including the membership, everything, $596. So you still got another $600 to live on, right? If you put $40,000 down, your payment's $519 a month. I mean, all in, including your mortgage payment, your membership, everything.
Your electricity, your everything.
Everything. $50,000 down, you're at $514 a month, all in. I just can't believe it. From an investor, as you know, I'm in real estate so that I can buy and sell real estate for myself. The ROI on this thing is silly. I couldn't be more excited about it. Like I said, it took me 5 minutes before I bought one. Likely I'll.
Well, congratulations on that. That's awesome.
Thank you. And likely, I mean, I can just see buying another and another. Once I prove that I can really rent it for $1,000 or $1,100 a month. Of course, Martha's been renting condos here for years. She's saying it's a no-brainer.
Awesome.
Yeah, I just can't believe it.
Well, there you have it, guys. Mr. Mike Vuytowecz can help you out. Again, if you want any information about the free ebook or any information on this new deal that sounds so amazing, email free ebook at ipreinfo.com. If you're ready to make the step and get your way to moving to Panama, please reach out. Austin at dopanama.com. I want to help you. I work with people like Mike, and we have, we know the right people. We know the wrong people. We don't talk about the wrong people because you can't talk about the wrong people. It's not legal, but I can talk about the right people. So contact us. We love helping people. We love having a good time. It's just the life we like to live. So that's what we're all about here at the Sunday Spin, Inside Panama Real Estate, dopanama.com. We like helping people out. Remember, guys, if you enjoyed this show, you want to share this show, or you want to watch past episodes of this show, go to dopanama.com. At the top toolbar, you'll see Media House. Now click on Media House and it will say Video Library. If you click on Video Library, you can watch every episode of the Sunday Spin. Plus, there's a lot of other great videos as well that you can see from other members in the community. We got some videos of Richard, of Adventure Rich. You know, there's a lot of fun stuff there. So if you're looking at Panama and you just want to get a feel for who we are down here, you can read a lot of great articles, see some businesses, see different things going on throughout the country. Again, we want to thank everybody for coming on. Thank you, Mr. Michael Vuytowecz, for taking time out of that beautiful Sunday that you got over there. I think it's time for a cerveza, my friend.
It's been great, Austin. Thanks for having me. I look forward to seeing you next week. And both you and I welcome any inquiries for these units. I don't suspect they'll last for very long. The deal's just too unbelievable. And it's a great place even just to come and rent for a month as your home base while you look around Panama.
Of course.
Decide where you want to be. I'm so excited about it. I can't even tell you. So there you have it. Thanks again.
Absolutely. Guys, thanks for joining us this Sunday, 19th episode of the Sunday Spin. We'll see you again 3 o'clock next Sunday, live across all the channels. Thank you again, guys. Until then, ciao.